All right. Thank you very much for that, Chisaka. And just to inform you, we're now live on YouTube. So we have officially begun the business hackathon, I must tell you. And today, what we decided to do is to have first of all, the round of the tenderfoot that is going to happen right now during the morning segment. Then we shall have the afternoon, which will be for the mainstream. And for the tenderfoot, we're happy that you're already on the call. Our judges are also already on the call, and they're going to be listening in to your presentations and critiquing you in line with the judging criteria and guidelines that were earlier shared. And the whole gist of really this, I could say, project that we've been working on for a while to do with entrepreneurship is more to do with you really getting to put these skills to use, what we have actually been learning through the different sessions from the month, whether from innovation and creativity to financing your startup, how to pitch. And it's at this juncture that really want to listen into your ideas and to hearing from you the top 5 that are representing tenderfoot. And therein in the evening, we shall be crowning the winners at the end of the session today. So you're welcome. Make yourself comfortable. Let's listen. Let's learn from each other. And let's make the best of today as we move forward. And for today's meeting, we actually have our judges on the call. We're going to be having 2 judges who are going to be taking us through the session. And one of our judges is Mrs. Bridget Nambozo Musumba. I'm sure a number of you remember her from the session she presented in regards to why one actually needs a lawyer. And she's going to be part of the judges. I see she's on the screen. Mrs. Bridget, you could give us a few remarks as we move on to the second judge. Yes, Mrs. Bridget.
Good morning. What a great privilege to be here today morning. I'm excited and looking forward to hearing all your brilliant ideas. Yes, so have fun and good luck.
All right, thank you very much, Mrs. Bridget Namboze. And our second judge is Mr. Andrew Bugembe, one of our co-founders, and he's also going to be listening in and evaluating you, the mentees that are going to present. And he has been here quite on the call. I believe you've been Bugembe, just to confirm, would you like to give a few remarks?
Yes, you can hear me loud and clear?
Yes, please. The audio is loud and clear, Mr. Bugembe.
Okay. Good to see you, Bridget. Thank you for joining us this morning. We really do appreciate. I'm sorry for the short notice. Yeah, but we wanted to make it a little special for these young guys today. And we look forward to evaluating your plans before, and we look forward to coming up with a winner for this morning among the tenderfoot. Thanks. That's it.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Andrew Bugembe. So I think you've all seen our judges for the day. And as you saw, we're going to be following the program that was earlier shared. Elizabeth Tisaka, our coach, is going to be the moderator for the day. And just to echo, you're all going to have 10 minutes to present, and there will be 5 minutes for Q&A. And the judges will be the ones asking the questions as they also make the deliberations. The other thing to note is that we shall have a voting after the presentations and the judges' deliberations, and your votes will contribute 20% to the total weight that is going to be summed up for the person who's going to be taking the lead for today's session, the top 3. So thank you very much, Elizabeth Chisaka. I can now pass the ball to you to officially start off with the presenters as we dive deeper into the day. Yes, Elizabeth Chisaka. Take over.
Thank you so much, Mr. Edmond, for those kind remarks, I would say. But before we actually start off with the presenters, I would love to call in Coach Shadrach, who has been in charge of this business hackathon, and Small PS is the one who actually won the previous business hackathon for the 2020 cohort. So Coach Shadrach, please come on and give us your opening remarks. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, Elizabeth Chisaka. Thank you so much, CEO, our dear judges. We're happy to have you. Kindly, I just want to wish all the mentees online have a good run. We're looking forward. We're excited to hear your business plans. All our viewers, please listen in. We have such great minds, great ideas that are coming into play. Otherwise, it was such an opportunity for me last year to win the business hackathon. Yeah, and I'm happy that I've been involved. I've been involved in the planning phase for the business hackathon, and it's such a great honor that it's coming to an end. Uh, right now, I'll just let Elizabeth Saka to kick us off as we go into the business plan. Thank you so much. I remain Shadrach Izayawe, TMC coach, and yeah, thank you, Saka. Back to you.
Thank you so much. I think you're all getting that energy. And this is the Tender Food cohort. You guys, this is the first time that we have had this. And I would say I'm very excited to listen into all your business ideas that are going to be pitched today. I know they're all top notch, given the fact that you're the top 5 amongst all the mentees in our cohort. So as we are going to start off with our first presenter, that is going to be Martha. Martha is from Team Roy's Royce, sorry. And she's going to be giving us TESMA business plan. So, Martha, the floor is all yours. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be presenting. If you could allow me to share my screen, please. Okay, I hope you can all see my screen. How do I remove these? Okay. Let's begin. So, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, once again. I'll be sharing on the TESMA company, TESMA business plan by Martha and Kanji. So, what is TESMA? What do we do? What is it about? TESMA is a company that deals in manufacturing healthy food cooking oil. Its mission is to provide better health options as customers continue to enjoy the scrumptious meals and snacks. The reason as to why we made this our mission statement is because whenever someone speaks about health, most minds automatically go to less tasty food, you know? We start to think of funny, okay, it's not funny, but like less tasty food than what people would usually prefer. So we want to make a win-win situation, you know? You get the health and you get the taste. Its vision is to become a worldwide company and improve health rates across the globe that gives glory to God and brings joy to those that interact with it, you know? We would like to make an impact in the lives of people we meet. You know, it's not just cooking oil, it's something that everyone consumes. So we'd like to bring joy, we'd like to make a difference in whoever we interact with. Let's move on to the problem that TESMA is solving. You know, consumption of most cooking oil leads to an increment in the low density lipoprotein cholesterol. This is normally known as the bad cholesterol, yeah? It leads to an increment in the bad cholesterol levels in the body that can increase risk of heart disease, stroke, and chest pain. It can also cause buildup of plaque in the body and thus obstructing blood flow. This buildup of the plaque affects the arteries. So therefore, the blood is not able to flow properly, and that leads to many health problems that we could have avoided had we consumed the right foodstuffs, had we consumed the right oil. Adding on, cooking oil consumption in many cases leads to obesity, which can lead to a detrimental decline on one's self-esteem and all-round confidence. You know, when you consume cooking oil, most people consume cooking oil at least daily or like 3 times in a week, yeah? At the end of the day, you find yourself gaining more weight than you wished to have. It affects your confidence. At the end of the day, you're depressed. You're not able to enjoy being in company with friends, you know? You're always thinking of your weight. You're always thinking of your size. So at the end of the day, it's just bad from the beginning. You know, your brain is just affected by something that you consumed. Not forgetting the effect of cooking oil on many skin types, such as acne and pimples, breakouts, which also have quite a negative effect on confidence. These oils affect our skin types. We have pimples, we have acne, we have breakouts, we have skin rashes. Yeah. So Tesma provides a solution. Tesma brings the public a healthier and tastier option, the fruit cooking oil. This fruit cooking oil is going to be manufactured from prickly pear seeds, coconuts, and avocados. The cooking oil replaces saturated fats, which is one of the major causes of the health issues related to cooking oil, with polyunsaturated fat, and this reduces the risk of heart problems. Studies have shown that replacing saturated fat with 17% of polyunsaturated fat can reduce the health implications caused by consumption of. Utilize that research and yes, bring to you a healthy, tasty fruit cooking oil. It also contains many compounds known to have antioxidant properties from the pears, which prevent skin damage, acne, and reduce skin inflammation. It is known that pears have health properties for the skin. Yeah, they are advised by different doctors. You are advised by different doctors to continue consuming these pears because they have such a positive result on your skin. So the products. What product does fruit cooking oil? Yeah, this fruit cooking oil adds flavor to the food, and it can be used to cook any food, absolutely any foods. Yeah, it does not burn. It has no negative effect on on any cooking materials. At the end of the day, it's quite healthy for your consumption. It's quite good. It will have no negative effect. We move on to the manufacture. The seeds will be cleaned, grinded, pressed, and the oil is extracted from them using an oil mill. The oils are then purified and refined. Yeah. So the manufacturing shall take place in a clean environment. This is just to calm any worries that people might have. There are many speculations of food consumed from dirty environments, manufactured in dirty environments. So be rest assured that this oil is going to be manufactured in a clean environment. Yeah. The manufacturer shall start with homemade oil. We shall start with making homemade oil. And as the company grows, as the business grows, we shall begin factory and then grow. The target market of Tesma company is everyone, because everyone, or at least most of everyone, consumes cooking oil in whatever, those snacks, the crisps, food. When you have guests at home, you know your parents, and there's cooking oil involved in the making of that big meal. When you visit people, you best believe that some of that food is going to have cooking oil. So yeah, everyone consumes cooking oil. Though emphasis shall be placed on the ladies. Reason being, it's a known fact that ladies care about how we look, but two, ladies govern the household needs of a family. Yeah, when you're going to shop, your mom is going to tell you, you need to get this cooking. Oh, we only take this yogurt. You need to do this, you know. So if we can get the ladies on our side, most families will be using Tesma cooking oil. Dietitians, nutritionists, and their clients. Part of the main market is also restaurants, snack companies, and hotels. Yeah, we would love to have contract deals with restaurants, hotels. We would love to be supplying to them and yeah, have them on our side. The market opportunity. The product of Tesma company falls under the food sector, which is the largest sector of the global economy. There is also expected repositioning around food that is not always deemed unhealthy. The projected trends are emergence of food modifying ingredients, and the global market for functional foods should grow at a compound annual rate of 8.3% during the period forecast of 2020 to 2025, according to the BCC research. So this sector is growing. There's plenty of room for new businesses, plenty of room for people to start up their businesses in this sector and grow. In addition, the public preference recently changed to healthier foodstuffs due to the COVID pandemic. This virus could harshly affect one whose immune system is not at its best, and this is where Tesma comes in, you know, because as we have mentioned, cooking oil can weaken your immune system. If your arteries are blocked and your blood is not flowing as it should, even the cells that are supposed to fight the diseases are not flowing as they should, they're not working as they should. So TESMA is planning to take full advantage of this and introduce the fruit cooking oil. Currently, Uganda's edible oil demand stands at 120,000 tons against a production capacity of 40,000 metric tons, leaving a deficit of 80,000 tons according to recent data. Yeah, this remaining 80,000 tons is normally imported, you know, so we have to incur more taxes, we have to incur payments that could have been avoided, that could be avoided actually. So why not buy Uganda, build Uganda? The industry has shown substantial growth and is continuing to grow. Marketing and growth strategy. The oil shall be marketed via social media platforms such as WhatsApp, Instagram. We plan on having an Instagram page, Twitter, LinkedIn, and it shall be advertised using television and radio advertisements, newspapers, promotions, you know, those buy one, get one free, that sort of thing, door-to-door, flyers, and word of mouth. TESMA also believes that once the product is placed on the market, it will also be able to market itself due to its undisputable positive results. Yeah. You know, when something is so good, I guess it works with word of mouth. When something is so good, tell your friends, guys, I've been using this. This is how I've benefited from it. That's a product that speaks for itself. We plan to be the Lamborghini of cooking oil. Yeah. So to target the ladies, health talks and seminars shall be organized for them to get attracted to buy the oil. The team to work with TESMA is being selected, honest, hardworking, positive, creative, and respectful individuals shall be called onto the team. Individuals with the ability to think long-term and out of the box. The beginning team is to consist of the Chief Executive Officer, General Manager, Dietitian, Maintenance Technician, Packaging Technician, Truck Drivers, and Legal Advisor. Yeah. So the major competitors of TESMA are Sunseed Cooking Oil, which is currently the largest in Uganda, Golden Fry Cooking Oil, Fortune Bidco Oil, and Pembe Cooking Oil. The competitive advantage TESMA has over these companies is the ingredients used in the manufacture of the oil. In addition to the above is the customer care and love. We plan to treat our customers like the queens and kings they are. Yeah. So the capital requirements, Ugandan shillings, machine about 1 million, other costs. The other costs like transport, electricity, water, and all that will also be 1 million. These are the financial projections. As you can see, in the first 6 months, we shall have these costs, and that the total cost will be 5.3 million Uganda shillings. The total income for after selling liter and half liter sales, we shall have 5.2, so we shall make a loss of total cost that shall have placed into the business will be 30.5 million, but the total income shall be 28 million, making us have a loss of 2.5. The break even will be after 18 months of operation, where we shall have placed in a cost of 53 million and gained an income of 53. The first large profit shall be after 24 months, where we shall have placed in a total cost of 56 million, having a total income of 62 million, giving us a profit of 6 million Uganda shillings. Yeah. So, what's the ask? As for the starting capital, TESMA plans on requiring a loan or loans and even working with investors and getting collaborators. A mentor with expertise in the field shall be chosen to work with the team too. As the homemade capital is getting started on, capital shall be got from savings, parents, friends, and well-wishers. Yeah, so as earlier mentioned, TESMA plans on starting with homemade oil as we grow. Plus, the profit made from the money got from this homemade oil is also going to be used to grow, to make that factory, to make the building, the company, buy the sites and all that. Yeah, a loan shall also be acquired to buy the machinery because it's quite expensive. So at the end of the day, we shall be able to run through all that. The exit strategy. The preferred exit strategy is to merge with another business as the business plan supports it. Yeah. As the business plan supports it, the horizontal or vertical merger being the most preferred options. Yeah. Though to be noted, the exit strategy will be updated regularly based on the company goals, achievements, and business plan. TESMA is an upcoming business that will highly applicants are there below. My number 0755 900 644, my email. Thank you very much for listening. I remain Nkanji Martha.
Thank you so much for that pitch idea. I cannot wait to actually buy oil from Tesma. So at this juncture, we are going to have questions from the judges. Sorry, Judge.
Yeah, thank you, Martha. Very good presentation. A quick one. How much do you plan to sell Tesla at?
A liter of Tesma oil is going to be going at, pardon?
Oh, you have
a liter of Tesma oil
ahead.
is going to be going at 8,000. A liter of Tesma oil is going to be going at 8,000 Ugandan shillings, half a liter at 4,000. And as the company grows, we plan to introduce 3 and 5 liter containers, which the 3 will be going at 22,000 Ugandan shillings. Thank you.
So how much fruit, you've not told us which fruit exactly, but how much fruit will you use to make a liter of Tesma? How much fruit will you use to make a liter of Tesma oil?
About, since the oil contains pears, avocados, and coconuts, it will be about 10 coconuts, 3 pears, and 4 avocados.
So if you have 10 coconuts, 3 pears, and how many avocados?
Sorry, I've left it. It's going to be 3 pears, 8 coconuts, and 4 avocados.
Okay. Do you know how much a coconut costs?
Yes, currently on the market, a coconut costs 4,000 Ugandan shillings, and an avocado 2,000, and a pear 3,000.
Okay. So did you say that you're going to use 10, 3, and 4 to make 1 liter of 8,000?
Yes, yes, I do.
Okay. So you're literally going to spend 9,000 shillings to make 8,000 shillings.
Yes, I am, for the beginning, to attract customers with lower prices. And as the company grows, as the customer base grows, the prices shall increase accordingly.
Okay, so what should be the cost of 1 liter of Tesma?
12,000 Ugandan shillings.
Do you need any? I've not seen anywhere you talking about things like licenses. Did you do any research on that?
We do need,
put up a manufacturing plant.
We do know that we need a certificate. We need certification from the from the UNBS company of Uganda. So we plan on working to acquire that certificate once the production starts.
Over to you, Judge. Chalam Sumba, you are welcome.
Yes, thank you, Martha, for the presentation. Mine is to do with your team. How do you think you're going to be able to sustain the team in terms of salaries, given the low capital that you have as a team, as a company?
For the starters, the low capital is expected. Therefore, those who will be working with us shall be understanding of the situation. Yeah, they'll be able to work accordingly, and as the company grows, the salaries shall increase. If they're able to maintain their patience and work with joy and positive attitude, we shall be able to reach the growth that they would like to see in their salaries and of the company.
So what's the incentive for them working under the understandable measures, like you've said?
The income that's to be earned later on as the company grows, because it's not going to take a long period of time. It's to take the first large profit is to come after 2 years of operation, which we can work in that 2 years to get the profit, the income, and the gross salary.
Okay, then you also mentioned the loan, part of the sources of income you're looking at. Sorry about that. part of the sources of income is a loan. Jackson, kindly mute your mic.
That could be a hacker, actually. Let me just.
Hello. Hi. Hello, how are you?
Edmond, help me out here, please. Okay, I think we can proceed.
All right. So I was saying, one of your sources of income is a
Do you
loan.
watch porn? Porn. I love
Sorry,
your boobs.
Bridget. Let us first deal with this problem. Okay. It has been sorted.
All right. Sorry about that. So I was saying, how do you intend to get the loan sourcing, especially as a setup? There are no cash flows, no security for you to give to the bank. Is this loan from a financial institution, friends, family? Can you clarify how you intend to go about that?
The cash flow projections, first of all, we mentioned starting the homemade oil before we go into factory, yeah? We shall have money from that homemade oil, and the loan shall be acquired from friends and family. Thank you very much. The loan for the machinery.
Okay, the last question
Pardon?
is, you talked about your competitors, but you talked about the general competitors. That's people who are producing other types of oil. Do you know of any competitors that are specific, health specific or conscious like you? And have you compared yourselves to them?
No, I do not know of any that are health specific as Tesma.
Because we have on the market soya oil, we have olive oils, we have other plant-based oils, similar to what you're putting out, the fruit-based oil. So it is also very good to compare the sector-specific as opposed to just the oils.
All right. For the olive oil, our oil can be cooked at it can handle higher temperatures than the olive oil, according to the small research that I did. But for the other oils, I have not yet looked into it, the soya oils and all that.
Okay.
Thank
Just
you.
one last one. Martha, can you kindly put the slide for your startup capital?
Okay, let me first share screen again and all that. This one?
Startup before. I think it was before that. Okay. What machinery did you consider buying?
An oil mill and an oil extraction machine.
An oil what? Sorry?
An oil mill.
Okay.
And an oil extraction machine.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, Martha.
Thank you too. Let me join and share.
Thank you so much, our judges, and thank you so much, Martha. I would love to say thank you so much to Coach Joanna, who has been there. She's coach for her team. Favor she's from Team Ferrari. Favor, the floor is all yours. Thank you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you can all hear me. Can I be heard? My mic is waiting if I can be heard.
Yes, we can.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. My name is Nagajathi Vakanike. I am 17 years old. I'm Ugandan. I am a Christian girl, and I come from a family with 3 children. But I'm the last. I'm the last born. My sisters are aged 22 and 25. Yes. And so you can see that there's a gap there. So I've been able to see them go from high school to university, and now one of them is working. Yes, but we used to like share chores at home and everything like that. But then because my sister began working, her schedules changed. She became busier, she'd come home tired, she'd need to rest and have to keep up with her social life. And so one of us was needing to take up the responsibilities that she had before. So we noticed that she didn't have the time, right? And then the other day, we visited a family friend, and he lives in his own apartment, and he's about 26 around there. He was telling us about his daily routines, stroke weekly routines, and he mentioned that he has a cleaning lady who comes over to do his cleaning. So I started to think about it. If my sister didn't have the time to help us at home anymore, even on the weekends, and our family friend also gets someone else to do his cleaning, then there must be a lack of adequate time for middle class employed youth to thoroughly clean their residences. And that's a problem I saw. And I thought about it again. I said, hey, we can fix this by providing low cost cleaning services for residential homes and apartments. And we can do this as the cleaning company, where we care, we clean, and you sparkle. So now I want to be wondering what services we offer. And these are the services that we offer. We offer indoor cleaning, that is sweeping, mopping, high dusting, regular dusting. The limited outdoor cleaning, that is a veranda, balcony, it is provided by cleaning assistants who are currently unemployed youth. So we're going to employ the unemployed youth that they will help us out with the cleaning. Yes, these youth will be sent to do a job, like clean a house in pairs for their security, and so that they are accountable to each other and make sure the work gets done properly. This is the revenue structure, and this is how we'll be pricing our services. So for our residents with 3 rooms, there is a fixed price of 20,000. Now, for any additional room that is to be cleaned, is pay 5,000 each as an extra cost. Now, an average house has about 2 bedrooms, a kitchen, a sitting room, and a bathroom. So the average cost would be 30,000. Yes. Payment will be done by mobile money, that is Momo Pay and Airtel Money, mainly because these are the youth we're looking at, and I believe it's easier for them to pay via mobile money, and it's also a clean transaction of money. Our target market as a middle-class employed youth of Kampala, Uganda. Now, according to research, 87% of the youth in Kampala are employed. Yes, but 25% of the employed youth are middle-class employed youth. And that would be about 177,000 people who we're trying to serve. And that is our target market. These people get to know about our plans in the following ways. We're going to set up our marketing via social media. So we're going to use Instagram, Twitter, and WhatsApp to get the word out, because it's easier to reach youth via these platforms. Then after that, we shall employ flyers with company information, pricing, phone numbers, and we're going to distribute these flyers to office places, residential places, as well as relevant events where we know these people are going to be. From there, we'll go on and into using the radio and television stations to air out advertisements to get more people to know about our business, or people to start using it. And then eventually, we shall go into using billboards to attract the remaining people. Now, the truth is, this is not the first time someone has come up with a cleaning company. So we have a competitive advantage. We can compete in this market for the following reasons. First of all, the fact that we both provide cleaning services, it gives us a bit of a hassle here and there. But there are existing cleaning companies, for example, M-Cozy, 7-Star Cleaning Company, and Maverick Cleaning Company. Now, the thing with these companies is that most of them have corporate clients. So they serve companies, yes? And now as we're looking at giving domestic services, that is homes mainly, that is what we want to do. Then they're relatively expensive and they're quite affordable for the youth. The companies that are existing share the same market niche, meaning they're already their own competition maybe. And now as we're looking at untapped markets, so there's a bit less competition for that particular market than not many people have taken time to pay attention to that market. Also, existing companies are less scalable, given the fact that they serve other companies and there are not very many company buildings as compared to number of residential places. We believe that we are more scalable, that we can grow with our clients and more clients can come on board. Yes. Also, we are customer oriented, and that means we have the specific needs of our customer, given the fact that it's a home and homes are different. So we are going to give a lot of attention to the customer. And this is the team that will be handling this business. First off is me, is the managing director and founder, oversees the operations of the business. Then the other two posts have not yet been filled. We're looking for candidates to fill those posts, but the human resource and admissions officer, who will be recruiting and developing cleaning assistants. The person should have a degree in human resource management or related field. Then also have the marketing officer who is in charge of the market plan and should be well versed with social media. Overall, these people should be honest, hardworking, and diligent. Now we've got financials. To start this business, we have come up with a startup cost, which includes things like equipment for 2 million, detergents that will cover 3 months work. That will give us about 3 million. Then uniforms for the cleaning assistants, plan to hire 4 at the start so that I can give each of them 2 uniforms. And that would be 120,000. Then salary for the 3 people on the team for 3 months will give us about 2.7 million. And then stationery, like receipt books, we're considering for about 40,000 for that. So our total startup cost is about 7.8 million, which is approximately equal to 8.8 million. The startup costs will be 60% of it will be funded by from my personal savings and 40% from family members. This is a financial estimate for the first year of our business. Given the fact that an average house would cost about 30,000, that is why we have in the description, we have 30,000, and ideally we are aiming at cleaning 1,200 houses in the first year, that we are 36 million. And the expenses, we look at salary for 9 months, because the first 3 months are covered for in the startup costs, the wages for the workers, the detergents, transport to and further places for the workers, and the total expenses is 22.2 million. Our net profit would be 13.8 million. We have a timeline. We have set goals that by the year 2022, we want to have started. Actually, in the year 2022, we want to start our operations. And then in 2023, we want to introduce packages. By packages, I mean things like weekly packages, bi-weekly packages, and monthly packages for customers who would love to have us come on a regular. And then in 2025, we want to offer more services, for example, vermin control and gardening. I think with that, I honestly believe that we can give the young middle class employed youth less to worry about and a cleaner environment and a fresh environment in which to live and work in. Thank you so much for your time and consideration. You can get me on LinkedIn at Favor Kanike. My phone number is as put, and my email address is favorkanike@gmail.com. Thank you so much for your time.
Oh, okay.
Ladies. As Mrs. Musumba prepares herself, a quick one. Thank you very much. That was I love the simplicity with which you have presented. Your presentation makes good logical sense. The question I have for you is, why would I choose Favor Kanyike over a neighborhood lady or man that can come in once in a while to do the cleaning? Because they're basically providing mopping, sweeping, what else did you say? Mopping, sweeping, dusting. I saw something like that. And you're costing that at about 20,000. That is for every time you provide the service. Yes, whereas the middle class might be able to afford that, but why would they prefer Favor? Why would they prefer TCC over that neighborhood lady?
The reason as to why one would rather ask TCC to do their cleaning than a more cleaning lady is because we're a company, we are more credible, right? And we're able to meet your needs to particular. Of course, yes. Also, given the fact that our cleaners will go through training on how to, handle your things, how to clean to your needs, yes. I honestly believe that it would be easier to have someone who's a bit professional. Okay, someone who has come into a company. Because imagine if you have a local cleaning lady to come over and maybe something gets messed up. Now, for us, we'll be able to cater for that particular cost because it will become our mistake. Now we're planning to make mistakes, but we are more credible in that sense. Thank you.
Okay, then you plan to do 1,200 houses. You have only 3 employees. How realistic is that?
1,200 houses is an estimation for a year. Imagine that in a day, 4 houses are cleaned, right? And if I have 4 employees who work in teams, that means there'll be 2 teams, right? So these 2 teams each clean 2 houses in a day, right? And that's an estimation. And that's what I was expecting. So that if I clean 4 houses in a day, and in a month I clean for 25 days, then multiply that by the number of months in the year, and I get 1,200 houses in there cleaned.
Okay, and you said that is for a cost of 20,000. Okay, minimum of 20,000, but about 30,000, right? Okay, then yes. My last question is, I've not seen you catering for the transport cost, or did I miss something? Did you cater for them? The transport
cost? Yes, they are catered for. Yes, they are catered for in the estimated financial year. For the first year, they are catered for.
Is it realistic that if you had, say, 2 houses a day and you're getting about 60,000 and you're working across Kampala, would that be sufficient for you to run your business?
Yes, it would. And okay, the distances may vary, and that's what means that the amount of money spent on transport may also vary. But given the fact that with our estimation, we have quite a lot of profit, we can still put some more money into the transport. But the transport I put in the presentation is just an estimation, because transport also varies according to distance.
And can be covered by the 60,000 for 3 people?
Yes. Yes, it,
Okay.
it can be covered by 60,000 for 3 people.
All right, that's good. Over to you, Bridget.
Hello, thank you for the presentation. Mine is about the income levels. Whereas you're giving us the statistics for the number of the youth, the employed youth, their income, average income is not estimated. Why? Because that will also affect the pricing. Like Judge Bugembe stated, 20,000 is on a higher side compared to the lady who comes in to clean. I appreciate the guarantees the company gives and also the reputation that you carry, but also the issue of affordability and being competitive. How were you able to zero down on the 20,000 per cleaning time?
I thought it through this way. Middle class employed youth, some of them live alone. Yes, a certain percentage of them live alone. So you don't necessarily expect the house to get extremely dirty or in a sense, also a place is not very big. So I don't believe that they're going to spend 20,000 on us cleaning maybe twice a week or once a week. They may choose to do maybe every 2 weeks. They call us to clean, right? And that would be about 20,000. And it seemed reasonable because middle class employed youth, they earn between 100,000 to about 300,000 a month. So getting a 20,000 out of that, I do believe it would be a good price to pay for someone to help you out with your cleaning and get something off your chest.
All right, but remember they also have other costs that they have to feed, electricity, water, and all the rest. So I think going down to compare your services with the ladies, the village ladies, and also getting the income streams, the average income streams for the employed youth would help you in being more competitive. The other one was to do with competition. Yes, for us, we're referring to the neighborhood lady. There's also the other cleaning services that may be willing to offer. Have you looked at their price ranges and also how many they are in this, not specific sector, but the general sector that could easily go into your sector?
Well, I have done research about the competition, and I've learned that most of the cleaning companies in Uganda actually handle, they clean for other companies, yes. But the cleaning companies that their market is also residences, they are first of all, they're not as many, but they're also not well advertised, yes. So people don't really know about them on the market, and people don't know about their services. So that's one thing I noticed. I can easily get into that market if I do my marketing really well. But also when you look at their prices, when you look at their prices, they don't even, like on their maybe websites or platforms, they're not specific with their prices. They don't tell you this cost, the cleaning costs this much and all that. But I feel like that's something a client would want to know before they hire you. And so for me, the plan is to tell people how much I'm investing for. But I realize most of those companies also base their pricing on probably the size of the house which they're going to clean, because they always ask for how big is your house, and look for an estimation like that. And that's why I've come up with a plan on how to make the pricing fair for the house I'm going to clean.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Eva. Over to you, Elizabeth.
Thank you so much, Favor, for that. I cannot wait for me to actually be employed soon. And trust me, I'm going to be calling your company to help me out in cleaning my house. So some of you are wondering what this is. This is the business hackathon. It's for the round of 6. And it's going to be for mainly the tenderfoot cohort, the mentorship class. The mentorship class is a 6-month program which uses the transformative power of mentoring to groom the next generation of entrepreneurs and leaders. I guess you can really dig in as you're listening into everyone pitching their great ideas right now, as this is one of the things that we have the business hackathon. All the mentees have to, get a business plan, they pitch it, and as we are now heading to the finalists right now that you're listening in, the top-notch ideas of the tenderfoot cohort, I would not want to over spoil it, but let's head over to Victor Mwine from Team Ferrari. Yeah, Team Ferrari, guys. This is the second person from Team Ferrari. So we're going to have Victor Mwine from Team Ferrari, and he's going to be presenting Organic UG. Victor Mwine, the floor is all yours. Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Elizabeth. The host, if you could kindly make me host so that I could share my screen. All right, thank you. If you are wondering about where Organic UG came from, one time I went and go abroad somewhere, and it was competition, and so to speak, and here, and I must say that banana tasted horrible. Sorry. I apologize for the internet connection. Sorry, I must say the banana tasted so horrible. And I thought, how do people tolerate this? The other time, I was also somewhere else in the US, and we wanted to have Ugandan food. And I realized that the price, we spent about $15, $20. And in Uganda, that could give you about 3 bunches of matoke, for example. But the amount of food we got was really minimal, so to speak. And I was thinking of the market opportunity that is in this market in terms of the quality of food and quantity, and also in terms of competitive pricing. And especially because in Uganda, we are very rich in agriculture. And I am confident that we can build the brand around the unique taste of our Ugandan product. So that is where Organic UG came from. I hope you can see my screen. Can you see my screen, please? All right, I think we can go ahead then. So this is Organic UG, and here at Organic UG, we supply quality organic food to European and American households. So just a moment. Here's the problem we found. We found that quality organic food is slowly losing presence in developing countries. For example, when I was in Europe, the last time I was there, the quality of food is really low in terms of nutrients and everything, probably because of the new prevalence of GMOs. And our research has also found out that consumer appetite for organic foods reached $13.4 billion in the US in 2015, and yet only 1% of the country's cropland is dedicated to organic farming. So we found that the solution was to supply certified fresh organic foods to US households, but at competitive pricing. So we also came up with a unique selling proposition, something that we will drive our customers by, and that is to deliver high quality organic food at the lowest market price and in the shortest turnaround time. So for the start, we have 2 flagship products. We have sweet potatoes and bananas in general. Now, a little bit about the market opportunity. As you can see, this is the article I was telling you about earlier, about American farmers and how they are struggling to feed the country's appetite. Now, we've also realized that sweet potatoes are on very high demand in the US. It was quite a surprise, but more on that later. According to YouGov America, it is a research organization based in London. the average American consumes about 28 pounds worth of bananas each year. And as you can see, this is the interest in terms of trends of bananas general, so rather sweet potatoes. And as you can see, the trend is yet to peak. This is Google Trends, the number of people who are looking for sweet potatoes or who are looking for that search term. Yes, and when you go into deeper detail, you can see that the market opportunity is all over in Illinois, Utah, Massachusetts, Minnesota, and so on. So here is our business model. We source food from a Ugandan farmer and take it to an organic UG warehouse, and thereafter we ship it to our US warehouse, preferably using DHL. And after that, this is shipped to the customer on demand. But a little bit into our pricing strategy, for example, in terms of sweet potatoes. In Uganda, a ton of sweet potatoes costs 954,125 shillings. Now, 1 kilogram on Walmart goes for 7,314 kilograms. And because we want to use penetrative pricing, we are going for a bit of a lower price, and we say our pricing is about 6,890 shillings per kilogram. So in total, we make a revenue of 6.89 million Uganda shillings per ton in revenue, and the gross profit from there is about 5.9 million. Now, here is our marketing and entry strategy. We plan to use mostly digital marketing strategies, and because these ones allow us to maximize the customer lifetime value. Now, our market entry strategy is also designed to reduce the upfront risk to the company using the JIT model. The JIT model minimizes the risk of inventory by making sure that new materials arrive only as the supply is scheduled to begin. That means we will only need to have the minimum amount of inventory on hand. Now, here are our marketing targets. We want to target 500 buyers per product in our pre-launch phase or in our starting phase with an average order value of $20. That for each of our products, since we have 2 products, that translates into $20,000. Now, after 12 months of intense marketing, while targeting 1,000 buyers per month, after 12 months of operation, we want to have repeat business from 1,000 buyers. And if every month, each of these buyers can order with an average order value of $20, that means we have 20,000 recurring monthly revenue while leveraging the marketing that we did 20 months ago. That means that our customer lifetime value goes higher by hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now, here is our competition strategy. We plan to, of course, definitely supply quality food completely. We are also exploring the idea of beneficial partnerships with our indirect competition. For example, in the initial phase, we are going to have a testing phase. We are not testing the market opportunity. We are only testing the depth of the market opportunity because we are confident that the marketing opportunity is there. And this is already justified by the presence of competitors in themselves. So while we are testing the depth, we will minimize the risk of inventory by only shipping sweet potatoes fast and leveraging our competition and outsourcing the bananas from them at the beginning, so that we know that the next time that we need to ship bananas, we can ship so that the outcomes of this campaign can guide how much inventory we can take in on the first shipment of bananas. So here is the team that we need. With me as the CEO and team leader, we will need a marketing manager. We could probably outsource this one to manager, pay-per-click, traffic campaigns, and so on. A fulfillment team of 6 people within both countries, the people who pack the food for delivery and so on and so forth. Accountants to manage our books and see how the business is doing. We also need 2 export logistics managers based in both countries to handle the shipments and everything. We also need food conditioning managers because we are dealing in food. We need to know at what temperatures to manage this food and so on and so forth. So here are return projections. As you can see, we are expecting to break even around month 4. And after that, we are looking at returns of about $35,000 plus per month. That is after 12 months in operation. And we really think that this is possible. But finally, after compiling our startup costs and our operating expenses for 12 months, we came up with a figure that we are looking for in terms of investment capital. We found that we require about $358,200, which is about 1.261 billion. But this, as you can see, is majorly operating costs for the 12 months and a few startup costs, and then the little inventory that we'll be using. Why invest in us? Why invest in Organic UG? We have a capable and driven management team. I myself am a proven team leader, and I know how to rally people against the common cause. Additionally, within 12 months, we are expecting to have 35,000 plus monthly returns. So this is really, really a great business opportunity, especially considering the marketing strategies we have put in place. We have also devised strategic competition strategies, and we are minimizing the risk of inventory. A bit more on the competition strategy is we are making sure to create an omni-channel presence so that we are the go-to people for our clients, because we thought about, for example, we had thought about using Walmart and so on to supply products. That is the easier way, but realize that we can actually build a brand around the quality of the food that we supply and with our competitive pricing. So thank you very much. I'm Wine Victor, and I'm from Organic UG.
Thank you, Victor. Now, the report you talked about of Americans eating a lot of bananas, did it say bananas or matoke?
Oh yes, initially, they essentially eat both. There is a market for bananas and there is a market for matoke. That is something I realized upon doing further research. Some of these people are eating them as specifically green bananas, and then there is a market that is actually looking for matoke. So we found that the larger market is the one for bananas. So we decided to pivot a little bit from matoke into mainly bananas for now.
So let me just ask: Are you planning to export bananas or matoke? Because those are two different things. In fact, the equivalent word of bananas would be bogoya, you know? So which of the two are you doing? Matoke
bananas
or
for the start.
Bogoya, bananas.
Yes, for the start.
Okay. So I think that's something we need to just make very clear, that it's bogoya, it is bananas, not matoke. Then you moved on and talked about using DHL. Have you found out how much it costs to ship per kilo with DHL, or any cost, any shipper that does it by air? DHL, is it by road or by air? Let me also ask that.
Yes, DHL handles both by air and by road or via the sea. But when we made research into shipping costs, we found, for example, that the shipment cost per kilogram mile. For example, to ship a ton of sweet potatoes, it would not cost us more than $500. Especially because the weight is one thing, but also the size in terms of the amount of space occupied. That is the advantage with sweet potatoes. With matoke, with bananas, it is a different story. But we found that even while factoring in shipping costs, we have the ability to make profit.
Okay, $500 per ton. Okay, you might want to do a little bit more research on that. However, let me now move on to the buyers. We talked about the buyers. You know, you gave an example of Walmart, and yet later on you come and tell us about 1,000 buyers. Are you planning to get individuals to consume the products you're putting across, or you want to go through an established place like Walmart?
No, because we are building a brand, we are going to look for individuals. Yes, we are going to look for individuals.
Okay, and then that leads us to the next one, because we talked about 1,000 buyers. So these individuals, your estimate is about how many About how much they eat. It's a very weird question, but I think it's important for you to have that in mind. For 1,000 buyers, how much of the matoke or the sweet potatoes? You want to do sweet potatoes first. How much of the sweet potatoes do they consume? Have you done any research around that?
Yes, the average buyer of sweet potatoes, we are mostly targeting the middle class family. The middle class family would buy between 1 to 3 kilograms of sweet potatoes, for example. That is, yes. But just an addition.
I got off a bit. Just say that again, please.
Oh, yes. When you may find the to say 6, for example, 6 is an average, a flat average.
Okay. Last one. How do you plan to get rid of the waste, because you're importing? You are exporting bananas. Sorry, I think I'm on and off. You're importing bananas that get ready within a week.
I didn't hear the first part of the question.
Sorry about that. How do you plan? How do you plan to work on the wastage in terms of your products going bad? Bananas get ready within a week. Sweet potatoes, the average lifetime for sweet potato that has come from the garden is about 3 or 4 days. And yet you want to import this to the US, which is so many kilometers away. Is that realistic for you to have these people getting the food organic and fresh in the US from Uganda? Looking at the products you've chosen. Sorry, did Victor get off?
I am back. I am back. Sorry, my internet connection.
Okay. Okay. I'll just repeat the question for you, Victor. Sorry. So I was quickly asking that you plan to do bananas and sweet potatoes. Bananas are ready in a week. If you plucked a banana bogoya from a tree, within the next say 7-8 days, it will be going bad. If you got sweet potatoes from the garden, within about 3-4 days, they would begin to go bad. How do you plan to keep them fresh up to the time they get to their customers?
Yes, for that I have 2 answers. The first answer is we have a food and condition. We are looking to have a food and conditioning manager to manage the storage conditions, what temperature we need to store this food at, and how long it can go. And additionally, in the first phase, because we want to supply on demand, we are not going to rush to ship so much inventory. That is why in the first phase, as we test the depth of our market, we shall leverage the inventory of our competitors at wholesale price. That will guide how much inventory we are shipping, for example, per week. So because we don't want to ship too much or too little. So yes, that is it.
Over to you, Judge Bridget.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mwine. Mine is about the certification. Have you done enough research about the certification as to what amounts to organic foods? Because the countries you're mentioning, the EU countries, have specific standards. And then the second thing was to do with your shipping costs, which I think you looked at shipping literally, meaning by sea, and yet you're dealing with perishables, meaning that the charges ought to have been more of air flight courier as opposed to shipping, because there's no way you're going to ship bananas and sweet potatoes to the US. It takes approximately 3 to 4 months. Yeah, so if you can just throw some more light on those two.
Yes, kind of apologies on the language. By shipping, well, I was trying to mean flight and courier, yes, flight couriers. The other thing about the certification, the European Union market is a bit harder to penetrate. That is why for the initial phase of the business, we are looking at the US market. And in the US, we only need FDA approval if we are supplying, say, dairy and meat products. In other words, generally animal products. But for the start, all we need is to register with the FDA, and we are free to import the foods that we want to import, specifically in this case, bananas and sweet potatoes. Thank you.
So I think you also need to do some more research, because I know that they have pesticides that are not permitted, and they need to do some testing on your product. It's not just a license. So you may need to do some more research of that. But also the courier services that you're talking about, you need to do more research, because I think DHL is the most expensive. There is an association for the fresh products exporters and something, it's somewhere in Entebbe. So those are some of the associations that could also be very handy as you do your research and as also you leverage the existing market to make sure that you launch this the right way.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much. Yes, when we looked into the FDA, we had anticipated testing, but we found out that the testing is usually on animal products mostly, actually animal products totally. For plant products, they don't require much testing really. That is actually, we looked at the FDA website, customs brokers and all of that. But thank you very much. We'll look into that, especially in terms of the nature of pesticides that are used and all, yeah.
You're done, Judge Bridget? Okay. So, Mine, thank you very much for the wonderful presentation. We know organic QG can easily become a reality with the advice that you've received. Elizabeth, back to you.
So thank you so much. I think some of you are wondering what the mentorship, class tender food cohort is all about. But well, let me give you a short story. So this started from our founders, that is Mr. and Mrs. Bugembe, alongside the CEO, that is Mr. Edmond Walusimbi. And they found it need to actually get a cohort that was comprising of the senior 4 students that had just finished, their Uganda certificate of education level. So when they started a cohort, and I think all of you are just amazed by the fact that you're hearing them actually pitching these ideas. Me, by the time I was in my fall for vacation, I'll tell you, I did not know how to pitch an idea. Little did I even know what a business idea is all about at this time, but that's all the mentorship class is all about. And a disclaimer, this is just a pinch of what the mentorship class does, because there are amazing, incredible things that you're going to receive. So if you would love to know more about them, if you've been amazed by these people giving you the business ideas, and let alone these are 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds, and 15-year-old people actually pitching their ideas, just follow them on all their social media platforms right now at the mentorship class. You can search on their website right now. And I hope you're actually enjoying. So up next, we're going to have Namudu Christine. And this person is from my coach group, Team Lamborghini. I am very excited saying that this is our mentee that is representing our group. So Namudu Christine is going to be presenting Braided by Nature. So I think she's very ready. Christine Namudu, the floor is all yours. Thank you.
Yes, please. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. In 1907, Winston Churchill visited Uganda for the first time and called it the Pearl of Africa. After marveling in the beauty and experiencing the richness of the resources that are in this country, that is why he decided to baptize it the Pearl of Africa. My name is Christine Beatrice Namudu, and today I present to you Braided by Nature. Okay, so this is braided by nature. 1 in 3 women experience scalp irritation due to synthetic hair. The right quality of braids can help prevent that. So the question is, why take the risk when you can use non-toxic and renewable hair extensions? So our market, our customers mainly include campus students and working class women. The market size of the hair industry in Uganda is approximated at 50 million. Braided by Nature is a retail and manufacturing business. Through primary research methods like focus groups, we have been able to create a product that meets the needs of our customers. So the problem, research has shown that 1 in 3 women experience scalp irritation, itchiness, and discomfort from synthetic hair. It contains toxins, which are one of the prime carcinogens. So around 3 million pounds of synthetic hair goes into landfills each year, which contributes to global warming. We intend, as Braided by Nature, we intend to reduce Uganda's carbon footprint, and not only that, but provide the right quality of hair products for women so that they can feel beautiful and comfortable in their own skin. Our solution is that Uganda consumes 9 million tons of bananas every year. That is a lot. And Braided by Nature capitalizes on the surplus of banana stems left behind and use it to produce toxin-free hair extensions. It is also renewable and sustainable, which will help reduce on the plastic waste in Ugandan landfills. As we all know, there is a lot of plastic waste that we as Ugandans consume every year. We intend to reduce on this and help keep our nation clean so that future generations can be able to use this country and also marvel in its glory as we have. So the validation. Our products are not only good for the environment, but enable women to feel beautiful and comfortable with their protective styles and not exposed to harmful toxins, which will cause them unpleasant reactions and discomfort. Other solutions include using human hair extensions. But human hair extensions can be quite expensive and costly, especially for our target market, which are campus goers and some working class women are not able to afford these expensive hair extensions made from human hair. And also, some people do not feel comfortable wearing other people's hair on their own heads. So in terms of synthetic fiber used, there are many studies that link acrylic materials found in synthetic hair extensions to cancer. So when these dyes and other products that are used in the manufacturing of synthetic hair were tested, they found that they contain carcinogens. So in the long term, women might be exposed to carcinogens, which will cause them to get cancer. So our products include crochets, weaves, and braids for now. And then our revenue model. So we are making assumptions for the first year. For the first year, we're assuming that our market is 20,000 people in Kampala and in Wakiso district. Our target market are students, and we want to partner with Shiva Karunji because she is an influencer and a musician in the Ugandan industry, and many young women look at her as a point of influence when they're looking at what she's wearing and where she is and what she's doing. So she would be the perfect brand ambassador for us. So in the first year, we have our revenue model. We intend to make 200 million Ugandan shillings. And these are, for now, this is the revenue model for one of our products, which are braids. A packet of our braids goes for 10,000 Uganda shillings. So the revenue initially for the first year would be 200 million Uganda shillings. And the next year, we intend to keep the price the same because we're using penetration pricing because we are new to the market. It's a new product. So we want to make our products cheap and affordable for people to use as well, keeping in mind that, yes, we are using penetration pricing, but we also don't want to make our products inaccessible and not affordable for our students, for our market. So in the third year, we're keeping the price the same for the first 3 years, and we hope that the quantity increases and that we are able to gain more customers. And yeah, yes, please, until the 5th year and the 4th year, where we will increase our price to by just 2,000 Uganda shillings. So our market approach and strategy. Our customers are looking to use human hair extensions as an alternative to synthetic hair. These extensions can be expensive, and that is why we intend to give our customers a cheaper and a better alternative for them. Our products are toxin-free, good for the environment, and affordable. Seeing as we have a wide customer base, we intend to use billboards, radios, newspapers, TVs, and social media to advertise our products. Social media will be a key tool in the advertising of our products, seeing as our market, most of the people in our market have access to social media. So yeah. So our team, we are still yet to carry out the process of recruitment, but in our team, we have a CEO, and under the CEO, we have a finance manager, and under the finance manager, there's a department of 3 people containing accountants and auditors, a marketing manager, and under the marketing manager, there's the department of sales with 3 people per sales region in Uganda. We want to ensure that by the end of our medium-term goal, our medium to long-term goal is to be able to spread our products to the whole of Uganda. And then in the longer term, we will then expand to East Africa. But for now, we're targeting Uganda first. So we want to have 3 salespeople per region in Uganda to be able to advertise our products and represent us where we can't physically, where people don't know us. And then we have 3 customer service people. We intend to have customer service people to be able to have the best quality products that we can. And if a customer has a problem with our product, we want to be able to correct our mistakes and further improve on our products to make sure that we provide value for money and high quality products. And then our human resource manager, we intend to have a department of HR, admin, and logistics under that. And then quality control manager, because we want our products to be top notch and high quality. And then 10 employees or people who actually work on the ground and make the hair. So this team has been extensively trained on and off for the job to ensure products are top of the line and are ready to be used by the customer. So our financials show for braids year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, and year 5. And the quantity, because we intend to increase on the quantity board throughout the years after advertising and getting our product known, and then hopefully increase our revenue. So our competition includes Darling Braids, Gianti Human Hair Enterprises, and Abuja Braids. Darling and Abuja Braids both make synthetic hair, and Gianti Human Hair Enterprises makes human hair. And then our competitive advantage is our products are cruelty and toxin-free, sustainable and renewable, and affordable. We have a problem where TextPad is also trying to solve the similar problem, but they do not really specialize in hair extensions. So our investment, our source of funds include grants and loans, and then money bought in shares money bought in from shareholders. We intend to be a public limited company for the beginning of our business, but hopefully as we grow and expand and we become a household name, we will list on the stock exchange market. And then for potential partners, we have Movit and Safe Border. And then ask, because we're looking to partner with Movit to be able to be able to help us to sell our products, and also Safe Border to be our source of delivery. And then we are looking for $10,000 in capital, approximately $10,000 to buy high quality machinery. And these are the samples of the hair that we make. And yes, please, that is it. This is our logo, Braided by Nature. Thank you very much for listening.
All right. Thank you very much, Christine. That was a very interesting presentation. A quick one, very quick one. Oh, okay. I have a number of questions on that. Let me start from here. So please clarify that the braids you're talking about are from matoke fiber. That's true, isn't it?
Yes, please.
Okay. This is a question that I think you would have researched before. Have you seen people that have put on matoke fiber braids of the sorts? Have you come across any? Have you seen the product in the market?
Yes, please. The product is there in the market. There are companies in the USA that have also tried to come up with this same idea. There's a company called Rebundled that makes hair out of banana fibers.
Okay. And do they have the same effect as synthetic? Do people find them comfortable from the research you made?
Yes, please. I made research on this topic, and I'm sure that any lady here who has used braids or synthetic hair has experienced some kind of irritation without even knowing, because it causes hormonal imbalances on the skin and causes them to break out. So the difference between what we use and what us as Braided by Nature is bringing to the table and what other synthetic companies are bringing to the table is that our products, yes, they are made from banana fiber, and not only that, but our dyes are also toxin free. We have chemists that have come up with combinations that have enabled our dyes to not cause any harm to the skin. And it has been approved, and we're still in the later stages of our development process. But through testing, we have found that our products do not cause discomfort and irritation to the skin. And even as I was looking at the reviews of Rebundled and other products that are similar to ours, they have not experienced any women that have had the same effects as when they use synthetic hair. So yes, it is tested and it has been approved.
All right. From your organizational chart, you didn't put any department for production, and yet as you present, I think what I'm guided by is that you're going to be producing or manufacturing these braids or these products right here. Was it an error, or you're going to be buying from another source?
We did in the organizational chart under quality control manager, there are 10 people under there who use machinery to produce our products. So there is, in the organizational chart, there is an area for people who produce, there is an area for production.
Okay. All right. So how much have you found out how much your competitors are selling the synthetic braids at? Do you have an idea?
Yes, please. I have made some research, and I found out that their braids, the quantity that they sell their braids at is not the same quantity that we sell our braids at. But because one pack of theirs is double the size of what we are bringing to the table, but approximately 5,000 shillings for what they are selling is one pack. One pack for them is 5,000 shillings for braids, and for us it's 10, but we are offering double their quantity. And then also for crochets, ours is about 15 and theirs is 20. And then for weaves, theirs is about 25 to 30 and ours is 20, and we're offering more than they are.
So are you telling us that it is easier to make synthetic than it is to make the matoke fiber braids?
Not
Or is it the
really,
other way around?
because, oh, I'm so sorry. Yes, please.
Yeah, I was asking, or is it the other way around?
It's the other way around because we are at an advantage. We have 9 million tons of banana plants that are bananas that are produced a year in Uganda. That's a lot. So I'm being very honest. I don't think we'll ever run out of resources as long as Ugandans keep consuming matoke and other banana related products. So it's easier to produce hair made from banana fibers because some farmers don't even want their banana stems, they give them away for free. So it is cheaper and much easier to produce banana fiber made hair than it is synthetic hair.
Over to you, Judge Bridget.
Yes, thank you very much, Christine. Mine was to do with your startup capital. Yes, I know that you're going to get some from grants and sale of shares, but realistically, as you start, how much money is needed and where is it going to come from?
So basically, as we start, we need between, our machinery costs between $1,000, the least expensive, and then $10,000, which is the most expensive. So right now we need about $5,000 to start with. As we expand, we'll be able to get better and more machinery. And then our money, we intend to show the banks our business plan to be able to get access to loans from them to produce our products.
So where is the 5,000 coming from? The bank?
Yes, please, the bank and possibly other interested investors.
Okay. The other issue was to do with the team. It seems also like a very big team. Do you intend to have some of them work for free? Because given the amount of capital you need, which is 5,000 for the equipment and the rest, then also sustaining a team of 10 people under production, then 3 under marketing, then there is HR there. So that feels like a fully blown up company.
I'm so sorry, that was a mistake on my part. I meant that the $5,000 was just for the machinery. And then we need about 20 million shillings to be able to pay the workers to start with. Some are working, are volunteering because we do need to train them. And then as they get better, because we're working with women from disadvantaged societies to be able to produce the products so that they have emancipation and are able to work and have jobs and sustain their families. So as they improve and as they get better and our products are doing fairly well in the market, we will increase their salary. So for starters, we need about $5,000 for the machinery and then 20 million shillings to be able to pay the workers.
All right, thank you. I think that's it from me.
Just one more, Christine. Just take us through how you get the braided hair from the matoke. Paint the picture from you getting the fiber from the matoke to the processing bit until you have a product in your hand. Have you gone through that bit?
Yes, please, I have. So right now it does seem a bit difficult to imagine smooth, silky hair texture coming from matoke. But basically what we do is we use the banana, the stem of the banana, and it's cut in half. And inside the stem, I really don't know how to describe them, but there's this material that is, if anyone has ever made matoke, they know if you cut the stem in half, But okay. Anyway, if anyone has ever, there's this stem thing in half that they get out, and then it's set to dry to be able for all that water and all those nutrients that have originally been in the plant to dry. And then after that, it's mixed with chemicals to be able to harden further and be dyed. And then it's put through a machine that enables it to obtain that silky texture that we know from using synthetic hair and 1A hair texture.
All right. Thank you very much, Christine, for answering.
Thank you very much for listening.
Yes, back to you, Elizabeth.
Wow, wow, wow. I would say, I think before even Christine had said, I was like, if you're listening and you're just listening to these business ideas being pitched, these are 16-year-olds, everyone. First look back, when you were 16, what were you doing at that time? You first think about this. So when you were 16 and all these people are giving you ideas and answering the questions fired by all these judges, qualified top-notch judges. So I'm just telling you, this is all about the mentorship class. If you're wondering what I'm wearing, this is a sweatshirt from the mentorship class shop. So in case you're interested, please reach out to all the social media platforms. That is the mentorship class on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, LinkedIn, and also there's a website. So we cannot wait to hear from everyone who is tuned in at this juncture. So we are coming to the last presentation, and this is the last person that is going to be pitching in their idea. This is Lisa Claire from Team Tesla. I think Coach Abajo is on the call. He's, I think, jubilating in the background, but Lisa Claire, I hope you're ready and the floor is all yours. Amaze us. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Nanzuri Lisa Claire, and I'm from Team Tesla. I'm a proud member of Team Tesla, and my business. And here at Spark, we aim to make everything we touch shine brighter than ever before. Thinking of doing this business, I thought of something that I really loved to do, something that I wanted to do, and I really love cleaning. I'm so passionate about it. So I thought, why don't I do a cleaning business that can? And I really wanted to solve some problems in our country that were really major, that really touched me, that I really wanted to solve when I was thinking of doing this business. Next slide, please. The very first problem that I really wanted to solve, that I really see around where I stay and that really touched me, was the problem of lack of jobs for the illiterate. There are so many people in Uganda that did not have the opportunity to have a good education, that did not study well or dropped out due to some various reasons, and they don't have jobs, since most jobs require them to have an education at a certain level. Then problem two was many places do not undergo the right cleaning procedures. For example, you enter an office and you see dust everywhere, or maybe the floor is, maybe something spilled and stained the floor. Problem three is busy working class that do not have enough time to do the cleaning for themselves. There are so many busy moms, busy people in Uganda that do not have the time to go home and do the cleaning themselves. Solution to problem one, giving jobs to the illiterate, since it doesn't require them to have any special skills to do this job. Unlike many other jobs that require them to have certificates and degrees and stuff like that. Solution two, providing proper cleaning services to different places. For us at Sparkle, we shall be able to clean these places thoroughly with perfection. And solution three, doing the cleaning for the busy working class and help them to concentrate on their work other than worrying about cleaning. How does it work? This business will require a team of employees of about 4 employees and a supervisor who are all to be hired. We will concentrate on hiring youth since they are strong and can do the work, and most of them are seeking for jobs. And we shall give them a short outlook on how the work is supposed to be done. A short outlook would be telling them how to take out the trash, guiding them on how to clean the places, the mopping, the polishing. Yeah. Next slide, please. The procedure. The first step is that the client shows us the area needed to be cleaned and a time limit is set. We set a time limit because time is money and we do not want to waste time. And then step 2, the cleaning is divided among the employees and equipment needed is selected. All our equipment will be bought in stock and we shall keep it in a certain area. So if it's the place has like wooden floors, we shall select maybe a polishing machine to polish the wooden floors, and we do not want to wet those floors, so we do not use mops. And step 3, the employees clean the area. Next slide, please. Our market, our target market is going to be schools around Ntinda and Nalia. I'm setting it to schools around Ntinda and Nalia because we want to minimize the expenses on transport. So majorly schools around Ntinda and Nalia, malls, supermarkets, and other small businesses around the area to minimize expenses and costs on transport so that the workers can just easily move from where they are to the place that they need to clean. Our market strategy as we enter the market is we're going to charge a bit less than our competitors. So as we attract the clients, when the clients see that we are charging at a very low price compared to all our competitors in the business, we help to get more clients with this low price. Then we plan on pinning up posters, handing out flyers, but mostly by word of mouth through relatives and friends who will help to spread the word. We will also advertise on social media platforms like Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. For Facebook, we plan on joining groups where there are people who will need these services and convince them to get our services. Next slide, please. Our value. We believe that if we clean a facility the same way each time with improvement and dedication, it helps to extend a facility's lifespan. A facility's lifespan could be the health of the facility. For example, what I mean, if you keep it in good shape, if you keep this facility in good shape, it helps you to cut down costs on like fixtures, on like cracks on the wall, cracks on the floor. If we keep it in good shape, you can cut costs on having to do repairs in this facility. Next slide, please. Competitive advantages. The employees are supervised at all times. We need a supervisor to supervise his employees at all times to ensure that they do what they are supposed to do, that they do not tamper with the client's property, that they do the right thing and they do their work to perfection. We will be buying all our equipment from wholesale shops, which is cheaper, and we shall be buying them in stock, buying them in bulk, very neat, and we shall keep them in a low starting price at other businesses in competition. We want to start at a very low price compared to other businesses. For example, other businesses that we'll be competing with start at least 630,000. So we aim at going a bit lower to beat them in competition. Next slide, please. our finances. For the person, we plan on starting at a low price of 450,000 to 500,000 for large places, and for small places, a price of 50,000 to 400,000 per day. Our startup preparation costs for equipment 1.2 million, and wages for the first month for total employees will be about 1.5 million, and for the uniforms will be about 200,000. Registration fee 400,000, which adds up to a total cost of 3,350,000 Ugandan shillings. Next slide, please. Our future strategy. With our strategy of setting at a low price than other businesses, we aim at gaining clients and building a good reputation. With a good reputation, even though we increase our price, we expect our customers to stay with us and not go for other businesses, since we have a good reputation with our services. When we have grown enough manpower and reputation, we will want to start cooperating with other companies like real estate companies that need cleaning after their building. There are so many companies out there that are doing real estate rentals, buildings that will need cleaning after their building. So we aim at maybe signing contracts with these people, and this will help us get more profit. We then also plan on making more profits by making our own liquid soap, which will cut costs on equipment, henceforth gaining more profit. We also plan on expanding our business to even doing fumigating and cleaning in the future. This will help us gain more clients and more profit. The future. We later on plan on opening up branches around Kampala for our clients to have easy access for our business, and later on progress to neighboring cities and towns in about 4 years, 4 to 5 years of running the business. Next slide, please. Our advisors, we have Stella Katongole, who has very good leadership skills, and Dr. Kathy Mbide, who will be my mentor in the business and help me throughout my business. Next slide, please. Thank you very much for listening to me. That was my business. I'm Nazari Lisa. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, Lisa. Yes, a number of questions here to help us cover a few areas. So which areas exactly are you looking at providing your services in Nalia and in Tinda? And who are your competitors in that area? Because I've noticed you've identified a market segment that is Nalia and Tinda, and I think the surrounding areas. And so can you help us with the exact, so who do you call the large, who do you call the small? So go into Tinda and give us a feel of who your customer is going to be there.
In Tinda, we have supermarkets there, we have malls that could be our market, and our biggest competitor there would be Zumak Enterprises that really has branches everywhere around the area. And what I call the large would be a mall that has more than 3 floors. That's really big. 3 floors and above would be large, very large, and less than 3 floors would be our small, and most small would be maybe a supermarket. Yeah, thank you.
So you would clean a supermarket for 50,000?
Yes, I would clean a supermarket for 50,000.
And how many people would you use to clean that supermarket? Or how many employees would you have? I used the wrong word. How many employees would you have to clean to clean that supermarket?
It's according to the supermarket. If it's really big, I would say really big would be supermarkets like ShopRite, like Frame, yeah, like Nakuma. That's really big. Yeah, I would need a team of about 6 members to clean that supermarket. And if it had 2 floors, I would need about 8. And if it's like a small supermarket that's not so big, I would need at minimum, at most 3 employees to clean it.
Okay. Did you do any research on? Did you do any research on what it costs for the cleaning companies like that one you talked about to clean such places?
Yes. For Zuma, I did some research of which cleaning, where it cleans a big building that has at least 4 floors per day would be about 650,000 Ghana shillings at least. And for us, we strive to go low so that we gain customers and pull them to us. So, yes.
Yeah, you could go low and start off in losses, bro. But I guess that is your strategy. And your focus was to work with illiterate people?
Yes, with people who have not really had enough studying, have not got enough education, maybe high school dropouts, anybody who has the energy to work.
Have you had a chance to work with people of that nature yourself?
Yes, I've had a chance to see them work. There are some people that are really dedicated to do any piece of work. There are so many people that are illiterate. For example, very many people have house helps in their houses, and some of them are not illiterate. Some of them are illiterate and have not had the ability to study, and those people do their work with dedication. So, yes, thank you.
So you find that there will be easy people to work with, eh? Sorry, Lisa, are you still there?
Yes, I think they would be easy. Most of them are humble background, and I think they would really want to do the work and do it with dedication.
Hey, over to you, Judge Bridget.
Thank you, Ms. Nanziri. Actually, I think there is some irony in the last statement Judge Bugembe said. I have worked with some illiterate people and they're not very easy to work with. But of course, there are exceptions to every general rule. Mine was about the target market. One of your target markets or sect is schools. Schools around Mtinda. But schools have free labor, which are the children and the casual laborers they have. So have you done some market study to know that they're willing to pay and how much they're willing to pay? The second thing is that I've looked through the financials. Let me just pull up the screen here. Yes, I've looked through the financials and they seem to be easy or basic, i.e. equipment, wages, uniform, registration. There are also other license, transport, and other basic things that have to be looked into. Like supplies, is that under equipment? So I feel like it's not covering most of the things that you need to actually do this business. Then the pricing also needs to be very segmented. And I think that's why Judge Bugembe was asking about will you be able to clean a supermarket for 50,000? Whether it's a small or big supermarket, there are shelves what kind of products are you offering? Is it just cleaning and dusting? Will it include killing the cockroaches and removing the dead rats? Because for you, say you've cleaned, and then the person says, no, there's a dead rat here, or related to fumigation. So those are some of the things that you'll have to also consider. Cobweb, etc. What kind of services are you offering for what price, so that you don't make losses? My other comments really would be to do with competition. I would have liked very much to see the actual competition. What are you going to do over and above to be able to outsmart your competition? Thank you.
Well, let me give me the last one. To outsmart our competition, I would be wanted to start at a low price so that we can gain more customers. And when you gain more customers, our business grows. And then when we have those customers ready and with a good reputation, that we have them in our clutch, that they cannot leave us, we will aim at increasing the price so that we get out, we earn the profit. And then about the clean.
Sorry to interject. Which schools did you go to?
Yes.
Which schools did you go to?
Uganda Matters Secondary School, Namgongo.
See, why didn't you go to Chanamkaka, all government paid preparatory? It's cheaper or even free. So the idea here is, yes, you'll be offering a cheaper service. Does that guarantee that the market will respond because it's just cheaper?
No, it doesn't guarantee that the market will respond, but we'll be taking a risk here, and the little customers that we'll get, we will ask them to give referrals to others and to give in referrals to other people who can also get our service. Yes. And about the cleaning, we have in our equipment, we shall put in all the equipment that we need to take out. When we clean, we want everything to be clean. So it will include removing everything dirty, you say rats and all those things. Yes, we shall remove them, even that dust. We'll have blowers that can remove the dust from maybe ventilators around, and we shall have vacuum cleaners, machine, food and floors. Yes, thank you.
One last one is about your team. I'm going through the slide and I see that the team is not clearly stated. I see advisors. So what is your team going to look like?
My team will have our chief supervisor, who will be the head of all the other supervisors. And we shall have at most 4 supervisors who will be heading different teams. And these other small teams will comprise of the cleaners, the normal employees that will be doing the cleaning themselves. Yes, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, Lisa, for your awesome presentation as well. I think, Elizabeth, over to you. That should have been the last person from the tender pool that had qualified. Kindly, you can come through.
So thank you so much. I would say the judges for taking off your time to actually ask these questions, and all the panelists and everyone who has been able to pitch in their ideas. So I think you're all excited for this moment. So this is the moment everyone has been waiting for. This is the moment where we're going to vote for the finalist, and the person who's going to take home the money. So let me invite Coach Joshua, who is in charge of the polling session, to tell us more about what we're supposed to do. Thank you so much.
All right, so good morning to everybody. Can you hear me very well?
Yes, we can.
All right, okay, so yes, it is time to vote for our best tenderfoot business presentation for the day. And the rules are clear. It is one single choice, please. I know they all have such great business plans, but we're only going to vote for one person. So I'm about to launch the poll. It will have exactly 5 people. You can either vote for Christine Namudu or Nakanji Martha or Nagadia Favor Kanyike or Mwene Victor or Lisa Claire. All right, so it will have a time bound of about 2 minutes, okay? So when I launch it, you go and vote for your best tenderfoot business presentation. All right, so I think let's get right to it without further ado. All right, so I have opened the poll officially. You can go and vote for your best. All right, guys, only seconds left. If you have not yet voted, please go and vote.
Coach Joshua, let's give it about 8 minutes. Let them have 8 minutes for people still logging in to vote. People have been on YouTube. Yeah.
Okay.
So Liz could come in and give us an interlude.
It seems like the voting has ended. Coach Joshua, could you please add on more time for us?
Okay, so the poll had ended since most of everyone that was on the call had voted. So let me just add some more time for those who are just entering. All right, guys, you can go and vote.
I would say as you're all voting in, I'm just saying very many people are actually joining into the call. I think everyone is now waiting to vote for whoever is going to win this. And I cannot wait to see who is going to be the finalist or the winner of this year's business hackathon for the cheddar food cohort. So I think you've all listened to all their pitch. They are pitching since day one. They've been pitching when they went from, from 12 to now 6. They've been pitching, and I feel like you've gone through the journey with them. So please vote for the person you wish to win this. And I'm amazed by the number of people who are joining in. So at this juncture, I'm going to call in some of the mentees who have been able to pitch to us, and they will tell us how the experience has been, how have they been doing it, how do they feel, how the business hackathon has been, this whole journey since they started, from when they announced it, from when they wrote their plans, from when, that whole journey. So how it was. So at this point, I'm going to invite Victor Mwine. Victor Mwine, if you're in the call, please unmute and tell us about your experience, your journey during this mentorship class business hackathon. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Coach Elizabeth. I hope I can be heard. My internet connection has a habit of going off as I speak. So the experience has been really, really exhilarating. It has been very, very great. The most important bit is everything that we have learned. There have been so many lessons along the way. It has been challenging, but it has been really, really good, the lessons. And, I want to thank Coach Shadrach and Mr. Bugembe and the whole team for the support, from the get-go, from the preliminary stage of the business hackathon, the advice on how to arrange a business plan and everything. It has been really, really great, and it's really about what we've learned in the process that we can use to make other ventures work in the future. It's been great. That is what I can say. Really, really great. And may the best man or woman win. Yeah, thank you very much.
Victor, before you leave, I would say this. You're the only male that actually qualified, to be the one who passed through to be among that round of 5. How does the experience actually feel, being the only male that qualified?
It is just, I don't know. It feels, I don't know. Of course, right from the get-go, men have been underrepresented. The male gender has been underrepresented, especially in tenderfoot. But I must say it is an honor. And of course, the men of tenderfoot, we have more work to do. I think, of course, in tenderfoot, we are about less than 5 men. But actually, I had not realized that until you pointed it out. So we all have potential, and well, let us capitalize on that. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I would love to ask Coach Joshua if actually the polling is done, because as for my end, I can see voting has ended. Okay, so Coach Joshua has approved that voting is officially over. And for all those who are joining in, it's unfortunate that you have joined in when everything is over. It's so sad. So at this, I would love Coach Joshua to tell us something small. That's what we expect from, and then we shall continue. Thank you.
I believe Coach Joshua is currently busy tallying the results. Just something to maybe announced to everyone listening in. The results that you've been voting for will contribute 20%, and the judges' evaluations will contribute 80%. So right now, as we are tallying, and the judges are also sending in the evaluations, and then we shall be able to get the 80% from the judges and the 20% from the public polling that we have done, in order for us to determine our winners, who we shall announce on this call shortly after the judges have given their communication, their feedback. Yes. Coach Joshua, I don't know if you're done with the polling. Elizabeth Chisaka had something for you to share in. If you're not, I think I'll hand over back to Elizabeth. Are you still there? Oh, yes. And you looked wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for the good work you're doing.
So I would say it's good and notice that Martha was the first, person to present, to pitch her idea. And I would love to ask Martha at this point, how did it feel to be, first of all, being the first person to present during the final rounds? So Martha, are you on the call, Martha and Kanji?
Martha doesn't seem to be on the call.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. It was scary. I was very nervous. I didn't expect to be the first, but like it was okay. It was fun. I've definitely enjoyed the experience. I've enjoyed learning. It has been enjoyable. Thank you, mentorship class, for this opportunity. Thank you, Mr. Mugembe and Mrs. Mugembe. Thank you for Shadrach. Thank you, Elizabeth, and thank you, everyone. Thank you for the judges. Yeah, it has been something I won't forget for sure.
So mentioning about something that you will not forget, what is that one thing that is going to be unforgettable? If someone tells you about the mentorship class business hackathon for the Tenderfoot cohort, what's that one thing that you would never ever forget?
Most definitely writing the business plan, because when we started writing them, I didn't have any idea. First of all, I didn't know what a business plan was. Then I didn't know how it's supposed to look. I didn't know how it was supposed to be written. I didn't know what information it was supposed to contain. So at first I was like, man, I don't know what I'm supposed to do, but thanks to the guidance of the mentorship class coaches and founders, I was definitely able to write it. Thank you for the support to everyone. It has been something. The business plan writing was definitely something to remember.
So thank you so much. I think when I mentioned during the presentation that a 16-year-old is actually presenting this, and when I was 16 years old, I did not have an idea of what a business plan was. And I think Martha has just told you, when they gave her the task of writing a business plan, she had no clue of what it meant. But because of the mentorship class, the guidance from the founders, the guidance from the CEO, the guidance from the coaches, she was able to actually present right now. She was able to be among the finalists. That is such an amazing thing, I would say. So I'm now going to go off to Favor. Favor, now I'm going to ask you, being that Team February had 2 representatives, and Victor being a male and now Favor being a lady, I would go and notice that you talked about the cleaning company. How was your journey throughout the whole process of being in the mentorship class business hackathon, also being in the mentorship class itself?
The journey was fun, unexpectedly fun, put it that way, especially because the business wasn't something I was looking at. I didn't really have interest in it, but with the good introduction that I was given during this mentorship class, I found, should I say, a new passion? Because as much as it was a huge task to write a business plan and do a pitch deck and all that, it was eye-opening. Like, these things are actually interesting, and it's something that I'm looking at taking on further after this. So it's been a good journey, challenging in a good way.
It goes unnoticed that one of your passions is actually podcasting. So would you say that since you found a new passion, that is entrepreneurship, are you going to dump the podcasting, or we are going to be listening to a podcaster, an entrepreneur, and let me say the career that you're going to take on further?
Well, those are many things to juggle for sure, but I think they can be done at the same time. okay, we'll have to make a formal plan about how, or maybe look into this entrepreneurship if I'll choose to pursue it further, the extent which I'll pursue it, and also a podcast. So I guess it goes back to setting the goals for each, and also, should I say, prioritizing, because passions, should I say, have different levels to some extent. Yeah, so it could be having entrepreneur, podcaster, then cybersecurity analyst one day. But yeah, I'll keep options open because I'm still young. I can pursue one thing at a time.
I like the way you said you're still young. At this point, you would say, yeah, that's a very nice addition. So I'm going to call Christine. So Christine, I would say you're from my team, Team Lamborghini, and you're represented as well. And we are waiting in for, the results from the judges later on. But you were able to present Braided by Nature. How did this idea come about? And also, how was your journey, through the mentorship class business hackathon, be it that you're in class, being that you're having, to pitch your idea? How has this experience been to you as Christine?
Okay. I got the idea basically one day after they announced that the business hackathon. I was looking for ideas, and I didn't want to get ideas that are basic, really. I wanted to think out of the box, and I also wanted to find ideas that would apply to this country and to bring out and utilize the natural resources in this country, because I strongly believe in Buy Uganda, Build Uganda. And that's really what I went for. That's what I tried to bring out. And my journey through the business hackathon has been quite fruitful. I've received a lot of input from people who have really helped me to bring out my business idea better and to improve on my skills in terms of making a business plan. Not everybody acquires these skills, so I'm privileged to have the opportunity to be able to get the right knowledge and understanding and the right help from people, because my mentor, which is my coach, which is Coach Elizabeth, you've been really helpful throughout the whole process. And Mr. Bugembe, Mrs. Bugembe, all the judges have really helped me bring out what I really wanted to bring. Even Coach Shadrach has been really helpful. So everybody in the mentorship class has really helped me, even the tenderfoot. And yeah, I've really got to understand where I need to improve my business plan and how to become a better person, a better presenter. And yeah, yes, please.
Thank you so much. When you mentioned my name, I was like, I'm excited. I've been given credit. So thank you so much, Christine. This is Christine from Team Lamborghini. She's juggling between pitching, juggling between classes. I would say that is, wow, inspiring, because some people are already started school. But regardless, as a mentorship class, we still respect that you have to attend your academics first. So I believe that there are very many things that you actually can get in the mentorship class. So we're going to go to Lisa. Lisa from Team Tesla. You are the only person who represented Team Tesla, and that is for Coach Abaho Shadrach. Sorry, Coach Abaho Samuel. I think Coach Abaho is actually going to be the moderator for the next session. So please, everyone, just know we're going to have an afternoon session that is going to be for the mainstream. The mainstream is mainly for those who have just completed their senior 6 vacation, who are in their senior 6 vacation, sorry, and have just completed their senior 6. So they are going to be pitching their ideas, and this is going to be a round of 10. So this one was round of 5, and the other one's going to be round of 10. So you're going to listen to top-notch business ideas from the top 10 in the mentorship class mainstream. Personally, I did not qualify for the business hackathon finalists in my cohort. And as I've been listening into all these people presenting, I have just realized to know that why actually I did not qualify. And it being that I'm getting this for mainly the tenderfoot cohort, wow, I would say I am amazed, because even while I was 18 pitching my idea then last year, I would say that it has been, I have actually learned. And Okay, correction. Mainstream is not actually for only the Form 6, people who have finished Form 6 vacation. It's for those who are between 18 to 30 years of age. So if you're in campus, if you have finished and you would love to gain more from the mentorship class, you can actually enroll in their classes. If you would love to, please reach out to all their social media platforms. That is at the mentorship class on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, and also their website. Trust me, they're going to reply you in no time. I think you've been seeing them tweet happening now. Every time a session is going on, they've been tweeting, they've been, texting, they've been putting on their stories. The social media team is very, very active. That's all I can tell you. So in case you need anything, just reach out to the mentorship class on the social media platforms. And trust me, in no time, they are going to reply to you. So we are going on to the last person, and this is Lisa. So Lisa, you have actually qualified. I would say your story is rather interesting because you were told last minute that you actually qualified for the top 10. And it being that you actually qualified to be among the top 5 is remarkable. It's really an inspiring story. So please tell us how your journey has been, how you got the idea, how the journey has been up to this stage. So Lisa, Claire, the floor is all yours. Thank you.
Lisa does not seem to be online. Liz, are you still there?
Yes, I am. Let's say yes. It looks like Lisa is not on the call. It's unfortunate, but I would love to give this opportunity to their coach because as you've been listening in, all the mentees have been giving credit to their coaches. Coach Joanna, who is for Martha, that is Joanna Chimonges. Coach Favor and Victor, their coach is Coach Angelica Galabuzi, and Christina Mudu, Elizabeth Kisaka, I'm her coach. And lastly, Coach Abaho, who is for Lisa Claire. So if Abaho is on the call, please tell us how was your mentee's journey? Because I believe that they have been, running to you for help. You've been their shoulder during this whole session. Thank you.
Hello, hello Liz, can I be clearly heard?
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
Thank you so much. Yes, you have the pleasure of seeing my face in the next session. I'll be the moderator, but as of now, I would like to focus on my dear mentees. Every single mentee from Team Tesla gave it a very powerful, a very powerful fight in their business plan. It was such a joy, having so many questions coming in. They might describe it at the beginning that, a business plan has this and this and this part, but not walking the journey with the mentees has been really lovely. They came up with their own ideas. They come and ask you, how do I do my market segmentation? How do I perhaps look at my pricing? How do I look at my unique value proposition? Before we know it, we are both running something new. So to all my mentees, but especially to Lisa, Claire, and Navi, who made it the final round, thank you for turning up till the end. Some of my other mentees also had amazing projects. I remember Bella had the witchcraft. It was unable to get it. Then there was that they also some idea that I hope that we can start with the journey with her. So the whole business has to and actually we even ask ourselves as coaches, yes, how can we help each other? So yes, if we mentor the ones on our team, but also those on other teams, we are very glad that we have reached this far. So Coach Samuel, Team Tesla, very proud of what we've been able to do here. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I think at that point, we have listened into every mentee who has told us how their journey has been. We have listened into Christine, we have listened into Martha, we have listened into Favor, Victor, and Lisa, as Coach Abaho, who had just finished, has been telling us more about how Lisa's journey has been. I think I told you a little bit about how her journey was. She was also abruptly, and guess what? She was actually among the finalists. So at this point, I'm going to invite the judges to actually give us their remarks towards this whole session. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. I think
Sorry, I have trouble hearing. Is it just my network?
Good morning to you all watching us both on Zoom and on YouTube. My name is Bogembe Andrew, and sorry, it's my microphone here. Is it clear now? Hello? Is it clear now? Elizabeth, someone?
Yes, it is.
Thank you, Divine. So my name is journey to mentor young people, not on our own, but with the help of people like Bridget Musumba there, and a number of guest speakers that have been participating. I think I saw Judith, Mrs. Judith, around as well. It's not right to say Mrs. Judith, but you know, when you're working with young people, you should hear them calling you Mr. Andrew. And then when you finally also catch the challenge, yeah, yeah. But basically, the mentorship class does a number of things, and not just to do with business. We have gone through a whole session on careers. We've gone through a whole session on self-awareness, some to do with personal development, where we talk about health and finances. And I must say it's a journey that we experienced ourselves as well. And Janet, I see you commenting. I hope you're ready to say something as well. It's a journey that we experienced ourselves when we were around the age of the young people that are on the call, who happen to be between 16 and say maybe 25. Sometimes we get people that are also 30 and below, but it's a program that is good generally for everyone. In regards to today's hackathon, I think what I've also learned all throughout this is that when you're going to develop an individual, you also need to put aside some time to listen and to give them audience. And I think Mrs. Musumba, Bridget, we are very grateful, because I know as much as this is something that Daniel and I are supposed to listen in, and we don't take that for granted. And to everyone out there that wants to see younger people coming up to participate in different areas, I think one of the things we need to appreciate is we cannot claim to be helping young people if we are not giving them time. And by time, I mean listening and having to give them audience so that they can be able to present or be able to talk about what is in their minds. So I think for starters, that is something that I've come to appreciate even a lot more today. The presentations were very good. I must say they were beyond the expected for foods, you know. When I was in my senior 4, I don't think I would have loved an opportunity of this nature, but I don't think I would have grasped some of the concepts people have had to grasp it, like the way you have grasped them. You know, I've been amazed by each and every one of you. The mere fact that you had an idea, there was no idea, and not just talking about the 5 that have been on call today. We had some 12 participants 2 weeks ago. And then we all started out by writing plans, all the 24 of you. The change I have transformed into, it has been amazing. As you now go back to international school, you now try and relate a lot of the things you're doing to the experience right now. If I had gone through this kind of teaching in my senior 2, maybe I would have looked at agriculture as a subject in a different aspect, because, you know, some of the things we actually learn in class and some of the things we're exposed to, there's so many people when I was in school that didn't take foods and nutrition very seriously. But here I am listening to someone that had a very good plan on manufacturing fruit oil, you know. So now you go back, and if you're doing foods and nutrition, it's with a purpose. It's not just just for the sake of passing, but you know that something big can come out of what you are studying, and it can become an area that can create very many more jobs. Like I've always told you, entrepreneurs are actually job creators, and this country needs more of them. It needs professional people. There's no doubt about that. But all of us, professional people, entrepreneurs, all work in this entrepreneurial world. And your mindset has to be right. Your exposure has to be right. So for all of you that have participated, I don't want to comment on anyone individually. I just want to say it generally that all of you have really, in my opinion, and in as far as I'm concerned, you've performed beyond my expectations. And I would like to congratulate you on that. Thank you very much for putting in the time and walking this journey up to the very end. You know, that's also important. We need to learn how to start and complete things. We cannot keep on starting and leaving things halfway. So that is basically my comments. I hope our CEO will be ready with the results by the time our next judge is done. So you're very welcome, Bridget. We don't take your time for granted. We are really, really grateful for the time you put aside this morning. You're welcome, Bridget.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bugembe. Actually, the privilege is all mine, and I wouldn't trade this privilege for anything else in the world. And this is why it is so important. As a graduate at university, I had an opportunity to go for my master's. And the one thing that freaked me out the most was presenting before a group of people. This was not because I did not know English. It was not because I was not smart enough. It's because I did not have the opportunity and the privilege that the team here has of actually making a PowerPoint, standing before people, answering tough questions, even when you know the answers. I was so intimidated that I remember not sleeping that night. And looking at you, I'm in awe of what a privilege and an opportunity you have. So you should really, really take it upon yourself and thank the mentors and everyone who's given you this opportunity, because it's going to open incredible doors for you. I love the dreams. I love the dreams. Listening to you was like listening to a graduate or someone who has actually done business. I am so inspired to know that at 16, people are looking forward and are so fired up. I honestly don't remember what I was doing at 16. Maybe mostly feeling hopeless, like I don't belong or I don't have a clear purpose. And to have such clarity at your age is really very challenging and encouraging and inspiring. So again, thank you, the Mr. and Mrs. Bugembe, and everyone who, the coaches and everyone who gives their time to mentor that next generation. There is actually absolute hope that this country is not going to the dogs like most people usually say. And my remarks really would be to say, keep dreaming, keep dreaming. Nothing is impossible. Take on your challenges, dig deep within yourself to conquer the fears. No one should tell you that you can't. Always take in every advice, be like a sponge, take in good advice, get good mentors, pray to God. I'm a Christian lady, so I can only talk about my God. Talk to God, get good mentors, and you guys are going to be amazed. So congratulations. Thank you for, I know you're winners by virtue of taking part in this. You're already winners, you're already winners. So congratulations, I wish you the very best. And I am so humbled and grateful for this opportunity. And I can't wait to see what the Lord is going to do in your lives and to watch you at 30. So don't give up, because I'm going to be watching out for you. Thank you.
I guess you've listened into all the judges' remarks and everyone's heart is at this point. But before, let me keep you for some time. So at this point, I think you've been listening to me talking about our founders, Mr. and Mrs. Bugembe. And obviously, one of our judges has been Judge Bugembe. But I think some of you have not yet seen the lady. Some of you have been in mentorship class, like I have had the opportunity to meet an amazing lady, I would say, phenomenal. And this is Mrs. Janet Bugembe. So I don't want to give a long introduction because when I start, trust me, I'm going to, I will not stop. But at this point, I'm going to invite Mrs. Bugembe Janet to give us her remarks for how the mentorship class hackathon has been this whole journey and to say hi to everyone who is listening in. Thank you.
Hi, Liz. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, great. Yes, listening this morning, I am very impressed. I can assure you, I am so impressed at how the Tender Food has been able to pull this off. And I want to say that the Tender Food has really, really challenged us to step out of our comfort zone. I am very impressed at the levels of confidence, that our Tenderfoot have actually shown us this morning. That was fantastic. I love the ideas. I love the ideas. I'm thinking about wearing hair from, a banana. Wow. I love the ideas. I love the fact that, we can get cooking oil, avocado, coconut. And when some of the mentees were pitching about, cleaning, I'm thinking, okay, wow, I wish these businesses were already in, functioning, because I would love to have my home sparkling clean. So I just love the ideas. They were fantastic. And I'm also very, very impressed at how your presentation skills. I can tell you there are many people who cannot even sustain a 1-minute conversation, not even, sharing on the virtual platforms, because they have not done it before, or they are very scared to do it. But I am so impressed that you have been able to pull this off. And I believe that with constant practice, you can be able to pitch your idea to investors, you can go to the boardroom and defend. And I know that our journey has just begun. And most importantly, I would like to add to Andrew's voice to thank Bridget for sparing time. By the way, Bridget is a very, very busy lady. And most importantly, she is very, very knowledgeable. And I think we would not have had a better judge than her, because she's coming from a business background. She has participated in family business. But I love the fact that she adds a little bit to the table, not just coming from a family background, but a business background, but she has a legal mind to it. So I think she's one person who we can even always consult and make sure that we can be able to broaden our ideas and take them to the next level. So Bridget, on my own behalf and Andrew's behalf, would like to sincerely thank you for always, coming by to be with us, support us in every way possible, and investing in the next generation of African leaders and entrepreneurs. And we know that your reward is in heaven. May not necessarily be here, but it is in heaven. And to the rest of the team who have been cheering their friends on, voting, it is hot on the WhatsApp group because everybody is cheering. The coaches are cheering their mentees on. Wow. I'm very, very excited about that. And we know that what we have heard today is just the beginning of the rest of our lives. And I would like to congratulate you, and I would also like to wish you the very best, everybody, especially as we start on this entrepreneur journey alongside whatever careers that we would have chosen. I would like to wish you the very best, more than I wish for myself. So thank you very much. Over to you, our moderator for the day. Thank you.
Thank you so much. At this juncture, I'm going to invite Shadrach. I think you had listened to him before. I told you he was the winner of the business hackathon of our cohort. So Shadrach was as a coach for Lingo. I don't want to mention mainstream. Let me just say that. So at this juncture, I'm going to invite Shadrach to come on the platform and invite the CEO. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Elizabeth. Thank you so much, our dear judges, for the tallying, the evaluations. So the tenderfoots, the finalists everywhere. I hope you're steady. I hope, there's this video I like watching, one that comes, Moody steady, So I'm hoping people are steady. It's a moment of truth. It's a moment of truth. We have the results in. And the CEO is really excited. We're going to give you guys every single person. We're going to have our winner in the tenderfoot category, the winner for the hackathon. It's going to be quite a privilege. I'm hoping people are, let me see if Victor Win is on. I can see Favor. People are ready. So let me invite Edmund. I hope you're steady. We don't even want a break, in your network. We want to receive the results as a whole. Edmund, are you there? Surely.
Yes, I'm there, Shadrach.
All right. Thank you.
I'm there. Great. All right. We set. Is everyone on the call? Just to confirm. The audio clear for you? Shadrach or anyone on the call?
Yeah, it's clear. Just kindly go to the judging criteria first. Sorry.
All right, I think I'm the one then to break the news out. All right, welcome everyone once again. And we've reached that time that all of you, I believe, have really been waiting for. And the results are set. So what we did, as earlier communicated, the judges did their critiquing and they did their evaluating. while us on the other hand, we also ran an open evaluation for you people, okay, to vote in for your people. And this is the criteria that we were following, that the judges were actually taking in regards to the different weights for each section. So everything that the people actually presented was being evaluated based on this stand, as you can see on the screen. And we earlier informed all the mentees and also got them fully abreast. And I'm sure most of you saw the presentations had the problem, the solution, the business model, the market opportunity, all those different approaches are within the presentation. And what I'm going to do now is read out the top. Right, I'm going to start. There were 5 people that actually competed, and I'm going to be reading out the order, starting with the person in the 5th position, followed by the 4th, and then later on, I'm going to go to the top 3. All right, so I hope you guys are ready. And if usually we do some was going on, but then in the 5th position within the business hackathon for this year round, it has really been very, very competitive. That's one thing I can tell you. And even the critiquing was quite heavy. So in the 5th position in the business hackathon for the tenderfoot round, we have Nazira Lisa Claire coming in at the 5th position. Okay. And for the 4th position, we have, for the 4th position, we have Nkanji Martha coming in at position number 4. And those are so far the people who have come in the 5th and the 4th position. After this, Joshua is going to share what came out of the polling, and I'm equally going to share how the general addition was done. All right, are we still on the call? That's how my network went off, and I need some reassurance that I'm really still on the call.
All is steady, all is steady, all is steady.
Absolutely, the network is good, yeah?
Yeah,
the network
can break.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I had to really confirm that. So thank you, Lisa, and yeah, and Keji Martha for the amazing presentation. It's not really easy being among the top 5. Okay, and for the 3rd position within this Business Hackathon 2021 Tenderfoot cohort, the very first of its kind, we have Mwine Victor coming in at position number 3. That's Mwine Victor, the gentleman who has been part of the top 5. One was representing the gents. Mwine Victor, well done there. And in position number 2, we have Nagadia Flavor Kanyike at position number 2, which leaves us with Christine Namudu as the top winner for the Business Hackathon for this particular year and cohort. That's it from the judges and your voting that we actually combined to ensure that everything came out as destined. So once again, as you can see on the screen, congratulations all those that have made it. We had the totals coming in from the judges in regards to the criteria. Then we also had the judges rating, which was out of 80. And then the audience's voting were 28. Joshua, you can also share the screen. We're actually about 28 people that voted in. And when we did the computation, that's what came out. And then lastly, we had the totals. So we basically added and then rounded off to come up with what I have just presented to you today. And that is how the deliberations have gone. And yes, I believe Joshua has shared the screen, and this is how the voting fared, with Christine Namudu taking 21%, 6 out of the 28. Then and Kanji Martha, 8 out of the 28, which was 29%. So we correlated these percentages with the 20, which is the total weight from the voting, since the judges was 80. And then we had Favor coming in with 36%, and then Winnie Victor, and then Nazira Claire coming in with 4%. So we did the correlation, and we came up with these total sums. So that's it from me. I just want to really send my appreciation to the judges, Mrs. Bridget Namboze, for really sparing off time to be here to listen in and critique and, give us part of our precious time today alongside Mr. Bugema and everyone. Congratulations to everyone for really making it this far. The cash prizes will be given out at the grand finale, as earlier stated and informed. Thank you very, very much. I pass the ball back to you, Chisaka, in case you believe have some parting shots. And yeah, actually first, Coach Shadrach to, he's the one who has been driving the team all through alongside Elizabeth and Patricia Tukuri. So yes, that's it from me. Thank you very much for your attention. All right, I believe you have seen the polls and everything. All right, thank you.
Wow, that's all I'm going to say. First of all, I jumped in my seat because my mentee is the one who won. I was very super proud, coach. And I would love to say thank you to all the judges because they took off their time to actually listen in up to this point. It is not taken for granted. Thank you so much to everyone who has been listening in. Thank you to all the judges that were around, actually. Judge Musumba, Judge Bugembe, thank you so much for taking off your time. Thank you so much, the CEO and Coach Shadrach, for guiding all the mentees. I think while you're listening in, you had all the mentees mentioning that Coach Shadrach was actually the one who was helping them, to better their presentations and also their coaches. So at this juncture, I think we are coming to the end of this meeting. And don't forget that we are coming back at 2 p.m. to have the afternoon session that is for the mainstream. And they're going to be a round of 10. They're going to be pitching their ideas again to the top-notch judges, top-notch ideas. Guys, it's fire. Now that you had the 16-year-olds talking, I think now when you hear the 20-year-olds, I think you would think these people have been 40 and they've been in the business forever. So don't miss out for the afternoon session. I am very excited that I'm going to be also part of it again. So at this point, I'm going to call Coach Shadrach to give us a closing prayer so as he can bless the whole ceremony. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Liz, for wonderful moderation. I want to thank the judges, CEO for breaking the news. And I'm hoping the results as expected, guys. Congratulations to our top 3. Congratulations to Christine. Congratulations to Martha, congratulations to Mine, even Lisa, even Favor, everyone, congratulations to everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. As Elizabeth has said, let's tune in at 2 p.m. We're bringing you now the mainstream, top 10 business ideas, quite new, brilliant ideas, and you may find yourself an opportunity for you to invest. These ideas are here and they're also here to stay. The mentees are committed to bringing them to life. So humbly, let's humble ourselves and I give you a closing prayer. Lord Father, I want to thank you for this day. I want to thank you for this wonderful session that we have had. I want to thank you for the mentees that are presented. Lord Father, guide them after this. May them see them through, give them wisdom, give them knowledge to see through, that they can bring their ideas into reality. Lord Father, we pray for your loving kindness as people go, for our judges. We pray for our judges who have been able to evaluate, and we also pray for the incoming session that will be there at 2 p.m. Lord Father, may it be a fruitful session, and we're hoping for the best. In Jesus' name I've prayed. Amen. Yeah. Thank you so much for tuning in. Yes, congratulations everyone again. It has been quite the session. Thank you so much. Yeah. Yes, the meeting has been adjourned to 2 p.m. Yes. Shall see you guys at 2 p.m. 2 p.m.